Hi, I'm Jane King, and this is New to the Street, in person back here at the NASDAQ market site in New York City. This show is all about public, private, blockchain companies, the CEOs, the founders, and the innovators, bringing you lots of opportunities to consider. Here we go. Soho Properties is a New York-based but commercial and residential real estate company. With me is the CEO, Sharif El-Gamal, to talk about the real estate industry, where you see things. And let's just start. I know you're building a residential. It's actually where I live in my neighborhood. I walk by it all the time. What do you look for when you're creating a trophy residential real estate property?
A lifestyle experience that will make you as a resident feel that you are in a community that is trailblazing for you.
Okay, well that makes a lot of sense, because you want not just a place to live, but a place that, especially in New York, has a lot of amenities and things that you want.
And that's what we're going to be doing at Park Place. We're starting an incredible partnership with Albany and Nexus, the Nexus Luxury Collection, and it's going to be a one-of-a-kind environment in the heart of the new downtown. So
describe, like, what will someone love about this? If I could live there, what would my life be like?
Well, the building is a sculpture in the sky. So it's a one-of-a-kind building from the exterior to the interior. It feels like a classic Park Avenue 6 apartment, and the floor plans are absolutely meticulous. But from a lifestyle perspective, what we're offering is being a part of the Nexus Luxury Collection, which is a collection of clubs and amenities. Which is there's a private club right across the street, which is I almost call it a WeWork for billionaires. It's a very, very special environment. The best gym in New York City, conference spaces, activities for the whole family, an incredible restaurant, amenity spaces designed by Justin Timberlake, a golf heaven designed by Tiger Woods. So in essence, it's a very, very special little oasis in the concrete jungle of New York, but right in the heart of this new downtown that has emerged.
Where do you see New York City real estate? Because it feels like we have people move, but then people are coming back, and prices have held pretty high, actually.
You know, this week we've had some record sales that closed. You know, it's a further validation of New York as a place where people are. New York is New York. New York is the global capital of the world. The market is still incredibly consistent. Okay, it's a consistent market. We had hyperactivity over the last, when we came out of COVID, we had unusual, not normal market activity, but now we're having a consistent market, and there are trades happening, and there are high trades. For us to close a couple of trades last week at $5,000 a foot per square foot is another testament to the conviction that people have for New York, and I think that conviction is not going to waver. New York is back. New York is back.
No, it definitely feels like it. I mean, you walk around restaurants. I was at a restaurant this week, absolutely packed for lunch.
You can't get reservations at restaurants.
Yeah.
You know, this week we also have the New York City Marathon, where hotels are just sold out. You can't get a hotel room today in New York. So it's an exciting week in New York, and we are going to have a very strong end of the year, closing out New York City.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks, Sharif. Always great to talk to you.
Thank you for having me.
Hear about what you're doing and hear about how New York is doing as well.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Awesome.
out of control inflation, escalating government debt, gas and energy bills burning through your savings, and a spiraling war in Europe. The world feels like a very uncertain place right now, and it's harder and harder to take control of your money and safeguard your savings. I mean, why would anyone want to keep their money in a bank that's only going to lend it out for its own profit? Putting your savings at risk, and for what? A pittance in interest? Well, let me tell you about Glint and how they can help you to save in real gold you can spend like dollars. Now, first off, Glint's not a bank or crypto or some new type of credit card. What Glint provides is the ability and freedom to buy, save, and spend real allocated gold that's secured in Brink's vaults and insured by Lloyd's of London. Glint's Smart app and MasterCard is leading the payments revolution, putting you in control of your money by making real gold, trusted for thousands of years, into an instant, secure digital currency for the modern world. Best of all, your gold is always your gold, with no one else's liability. It's secure and allocated to you. It never goes away, even in a crash. To learn more, go to glintpay.com or download Glint from your favorite app store. It's time to take control of your money and protect it with the time-tested security of gold and the modern digital convenience of Glint. Gold is security. Glint, it's key.
Here at GroveToken, we're growing a greener future. Thousands of financially savvy and environmentally conscious people are already joining the Grove movement. With real-world payment options, ability to earn passive income, and an eco-conscious business model, you'll be creating opportunities to do good for the planet while doing good for your wallet. Be part of a healthier future. GroveToken, a crypto like no other.
GroveToken is the first green wallet designed and created by professionals to securely hold and protect your investment. And they do this by creating a hybrid traditional business model. So with me is the CEO, John G, to explain Grove. And let's just start with, what's your mission with GroveToken?
Well, see, our simple mission is to create a healthier and wealthier future for all. Which is a big statement, right? You know, what we're trying to do with Grove is to combine the virtual currency with real business investment, which is not only focused on making people richer through trading on crypto, and this is an aim, but of course to bring sustainability back to our planet. And of course, that will be through our business module. So GroveToken is the first cryptocurrency business that combine virtual currency and real business module. And those businesses are focused on farming solutions to start with. And we're talking about hydroponic and aeroponic farming to start with. And we're actually speaking with 3 different researchers for 3 different types of farming that will help, you know, investors out there and farmers out there to increase produce and reduce the cost, which will make food widely available for everyone. And adding to that, we're working with a company, and this is in news for the community out there, with a solar company. We're working on a $10 million project on a massive solar farm that, again, will reduce the electricity costs and make electricity widely available. This is our simple mission.
Well, you know, I have a 13 and a 15-year-old, and we went to Dubai last year, and they loved it there. Love Dubai.
Brilliant.
So, yeah. So I think you're
one of the conversations that we had there in with our person, let's say, one of the people that I work with, he went to me, he's like, hey, John, you know, in Dubai, everything we do is number one. I'm like, okay, it's brilliant. I know, I can see that everywhere. And he's like, well, do you know what that means for Grove? And said, absolutely, we want to be number one. So the aim of what we're trying to achieve through the people that we're working with is to move Grove to be one of the top cryptocurrencies out there. And this is not said lightly, right? You know, there's no other token out there in the world that's partnered with a royalty. And by saying that, a member of the royal family of Dubai. So there's a massive pressure for us to achieve. And this is exactly what we're trying to do. We want to be the best out of the best. That's exactly what we're doing. We wake up every morning thinking, how can we do better today? How can we move forward? How can we push this business forward? How can we make the world a better place from our understanding, of course?
So tell me about the GroveToken. Then what would be a benefit to a holder of the GroveToken? Addition to the upside of the value, is there any other benefits?
Well, there's massive benefits, and we're trying to create a whole ecosystem. So everything that we're trying to do in Grove itself, it's going to be bought by Grove. So we're working on a play-to-earn game where you can earn tokens and use them to buy things in the game itself. We're working on a metaverse, which we partnered with another member of the royal family of Dubai, Her Highness Sheikh Dubai, to build the metaverse for Grove, so where Grove can be used inside. We're actually working on payment system now through our app where you can, it's like what you do is Apple Pay and Google Pay. You have our wallet, you swipe up, you will have our Grove credit card or Visa card. You can go tap and buy things with it. Everything that we're expanding into is going to be a use case for Grove. So it's not just going to be a coin where you can trade it and you need to sell it to gain profit. It's actually going to be used in different places or many places.
Yeah. Okay. Well, John G., thank you. It is great to meet you. Best of luck in Dubai with GroveToken.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thousands of people use Fantom every day to access DeFi, NFT, Metaverse, and GameFi decentralized applications. On Fantom, you can trade, lend, and borrow in a fully decentralized way with instant speed and near zero fees. Whether you're an artist or a collector, there's a rich and accessible NFT ecosystem to explore. Join your friends in the Metaverse for exciting digital experiences or play revolutionary Web3 games. Join Fantom today.
Soil organic matter offers several added benefits. It filters and cleans water, enhances water retention and storage, mitigates the impact of extreme weather, and improves soil structure to produce more feed, fiber, and food. Less land, less water, less energy, and fewer nutrient inputs. New biodiversity, carbon, and water markets are emerging, producing goods that enhance human and environmental health.
My name is Kelly Walters. I'm the CEO of the VRM Biologik Group. I have been in the role for 4 years, and my responsibility ultimately is to honour the vision of the founder and president and implement the company's goal, or mission rather, which is restoring 25% of the world's arable land in 25 years. My first exposure to humus soil was in a landfill site in the Southern Highland area in New South Wales in Australia. I remember going down there in business clothes to make sure that this project was operating well, and the guys handed me a pair of oversized gumboots and said, "Go have a play." I remember digging my hands into this pile of material. It was clean, it smelt rich, it smelt like the earth, and it made me feel good just standing there looking at it. I knew it had come from green waste, food waste, and a whole lot of icky stuff that people don't normally like to deal with. And here I was standing there with it in my hand thinking I could actually grow something with this. It was just an absolutely astounding product as far as I was concerned. And I have been playing with it ever since. It doesn't stop in terms of me just wanting to get my hands into the humus soil wherever we are in the world, whoever is manufacturing it. It is such a revolutionary product to be able to replace fertiliser, to be able to not have any kind of chemical impact on the earth going forward, to be able to grow clean, healthy food for future generations, yeah, it's just astonishing. I could not have ever imagined I would be in this position.
So that one there, there is no other process. There's no other process. There is no other process converting organics that doesn't have a net carbon emission. We don't care about the organic material, we care about what it does. Where it goes, it adds a thing called hydrosynthesis. Now that's a real fancy word, and you can take a photograph of that because I made it up. It's a brand new word in the English language, it didn't exist before. Biological hydrosynthesis that's a word used to describe the process of water manufacture that didn't exist before. Hydrogen plus oxygen equal water. The mechanism for making water is to find some guy who mixes those two things well. We found the guy. We trained them, we got to know them, we made friends with them. We used your pile of organic material to have a party for these guys. When they have a party, they make water. And they don't make water just while you are in process, they make it for years afterwards, which is what you found. Years afterwards. They make it wherever you deliver that to. Our objective is to improve the fact of and the future of growing food on 25% of the world's arable land. But this is point number one, is that we learnt how to trigger this natural reaction everywhere, in any type of soil, in any altitude, in any climate, in any temperature, in any weather.
It was really serendipitous, the expansion of VRM into the US, us looking for a partner, a business that we could work with who had the same philosophy, who had the same value system, and along came SGTM and Tony and Tammy. The first couple of conversations, of course, this happened sort of just post-COVID, so we weren't able to travel outside of Australia. We've been talking to Tony on screen for 6 months. So we just met him yesterday to actually stand in front of he and Tammy, to spend the whole day with them talking about how aligned we are in our mission. It's just such a pleasure and an honour to be able to come to the US and to work with SGTM and the team.
From the very first meeting that we had, I think it was about midnight, because in Australia we're in a completely different time zone. It's past my bedtime, but boy did I ever wake up. And I wasn't able to go back to sleep. And the next day I got together with Brian and I said, man, what I listened to in this download was so incredible. And we just kept on working together, one Zoom meeting after another. And now that we've actually formed a partnership and we're working together, we want to make sure that we get humus soil in every household across the nation and every Caribbean island. And for us to do our part from the US to work together. And that partnership to us is definitely sustainability in its finest, bringing together technology, taking waste that normally would be releasing carbons in the atmosphere and taking everything back within itself, creating life. That's sustainability for our future.
That this process is built on stimulating photosynthesis, which is in the ground, not photosynthesis which is above the ground in the plants and the trees. A whole nother kingdom on the planet that exists everywhere. And one key feature of that group is that they mobilise phosphorus. It's a key feature. So every time you make humus soil, you'll end up with a percentage of phosphorus in the organic material close to 1%. So when you put a yard of humus soil out on the ground, you're putting out 1% of that yard is straight fertiliser.
Well, the concept itself of wanting to feed the world, it's a very lofty goal. So how many people are there in the world now? Billions. We are a small team of people. We're not going to be able to do that, to achieve any kind of change, to engage and empower, unless we all do it together. That's the whole idea. I think that we, with our partners all over the world, are going to make a significant impact. We're going to save lives. We're going to save generations. It's as simple as that. I think that if we continue in the same path that we're going, then we can correct a lot of the damage that's been done in the past. we'll be able to ensure that at the very least, this generation's done its best to make sure that the next couple of generations enjoy life.
Here we are, and this great revolutionary technology breakthrough, and we're going to grow water. Come on, who can say they're growing water? I love it.
Soil organic matter offers several added benefits. It filters and cleans water, enhances water retention and storage, mitigates the impact of extreme weather, and improves soil structure to produce more feed, fiber, and food. Less land, less water, less energy, and fewer nutrient inputs. New biodiversity, carbon, and water markets are emerging, producing goods that enhance human and environmental health.
PetVivo is a company that's working with a tool that helps with the management of osteoarthritis when it comes to horses and dogs and cats at some point in the future. And with me is the CEO, John Ghemrawi, to bring us up to date on the company. I remember when we talked last time, you had just reached that big partnership with MWI Animal Health, and that's progressing as you expected?
Yes, actually probably better than what I've expected.
Awesome.
To summarize on the product, it's a naturally derived product that mimics cartilage and tissue, and Spring with OsteoCushion is a very innovative and disruptive tool in the management of osteoarthritis, lameness, and also rehab in horses and dogs, because we have found that in real-world applications, dogs are recovering 50% faster after surgery and stuff like that for rehab. So there's multiple benefits. Yeah. So our market really is much larger than what you expect in the total addressable market, because we're providing a solution for an individual that can't afford a joint surgery and the dog is so bad they have to put the animal down. We're providing something that's relatively inexpensive that will extend the life of that animal for the next maybe 1 to 3 years more, and that's significant when you're talking dog year and the enjoyable time. And it's also increasing the quality of life for the animal because we're finding mobility increase and reduction in pain.
So talk to me about the actual product. What is it exactly? How do you explain the Spring product?
So we developed this protein particle matrix out of the base proteins are collagen and elastin, which are building blocks of human tissue and cartilage. The carbohydrate is heparin. Our proprietary manufacturing process creates this matrix once it's injected. So we sell this product to veterinary doctors. The veterinary doctors inject it into any articulating joint. Once it's in the joint, it fills in the area where cartilage used to be. And it's pretty interesting when you have these microscopes that can track all this and you see it going into the voided areas. But once the particle goes in there, it starts to form a scaffolding. And that scaffolding mimics the cartilage that used to be there. And these particles are wet and lubricious. So every time the dog runs or jumps, it's actually lubricating the joint and preventing the bone-on-bone contact so you don't have the friction and creating the inflammation
and the pain and all
correct,
that. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Now, also last time we talked about your Ethos clinical study. So lay the groundwork. What is that? And you are about done with that study, correct?
Yeah, so this study is on a specific joint within the canine space. The study should be done near 3rd to 4th week of October. Now, it doesn't get published until it's peer reviewed, so that's probably another 5-6 month process. But they do release an abstract probably 35 to 40 days later. It'll say, this is the results we have, but it hasn't been peer reviewed. But we believe it's pretty significant because the organization that's doing the study is very well respected, and they asked if they can submit it to a couple of really prominent journals. I don't think you would be doing that if you had bad data going in. I know,
buried in, whatever. Okay.
And you know, so we'll be able to present that at many of the trade shows, which is very significant because that's where all the vets go to learn about new information in the industry, and you know that leads us into the MWI exclusive distribution agreement, because that study will help the MWI small animal salespeople really push the product, because you know we have gotten really good traction within the equine space, because the performance horses, veterinary doctors see these horses all the time, so they know there's an improvement. There's a faster recovery time between performances. So with a small animal, a veterinary doctor injects the dog, they may not see him for 6 months to a year. And then when they come back, they say, wow, this dog is doing extremely
Something
well.
worked, yeah.
Yeah, and so it takes a little longer time for the small animal vet to adapt. That's why right now, going into the MWI partnership, we had probably 90% of our sales were in the equine market and 10% in the canine. So we expect that to change over time just by the raw number. There's 54 million dogs in the United States and about 14 million horses. So you can see the numbers will change over time, but it's good to have that base of horses, because 31% of the horse vets also treat small animals.
Okay, well, great to get an update, John. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good seeing you again, Jane.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to New to the Street. I'm Anna Berry. Joining me today is Chris Davenport, the CEO and founder of Auto Parts for Less. Chris is live at SEMA in Las Vegas, which is the largest automotive trade show in the world. Welcome, Chris. How you doing?
Doing great. Thank you, Anna. How are you?
Wonderful. Excited to talk to you today. So let's jump in. Let's talk about the auto parts industry. What are the challenges it's facing, and how are you providing some solutions?
Sure. So in the world today, there's never been a dedicated vertical serving the auto parts seller and buyer as a standalone platform. So we have launched the world's first automotive parts only platform, serving parts sellers and parts buyers, building an entire ecosystem around selling an automotive part.
Now, you're in a really good place right now. You've been doing this for a while. Tell me a little bit about your history and break down for us the 3 steps to your success.
Sure. You know what? Let's walk over to we're here at SEMA. Let's just walk over to our booth, and I will quickly give you just a quick shot of our. So first of all, when you look at building out this type of technology, it is extremely difficult because the automotive parts seller, the average automotive parts seller has over 200,000 parts. And that is no other industry, a retail part of our economy has that sort of catalog size. So you look at apparel, furniture, those catalog sizes may be 500 unique parts, unique SKUs. Automotive sellers, the average automotive parts seller has over 200,000 parts in their catalog. That's crazy. So what when we build a marketplace, right, connecting part sellers to the part buyer, you have to build an infrastructure that can manage millions and millions of parts, and then allowing all of those sellers to update that data throughout the day as quantities change, as their titles might change, images change. So the hardest part to execute is the actual platform, the actual technology. And that's what Auto Parts for Less is, and that's what we've accomplished over the last 2 years.
Tell us a little bit about SEMA, why you're there, and what is that car behind you?
Yeah, so we're branding our company. So this is one of our NASCAR race teams that we work with, company out of North Carolina, VRM Motorsports. Matt Jasko is our driver. He's a local driver here in Las Vegas. So we run in the Truck Series, we run in the Xfinity Series. We haven't run an actual Cup Series, but we have sponsored Cup drivers in the past. So we've got to get our story out. Phase one was building the actual infrastructure, building a platform, connecting sellers and buyers. Step two is creating a simplified mechanism to allow sellers to join our mission, right, to take back the auto parts industry. So we use technology, and we are meeting our sellers where their ecosystem lies. What does that mean? So again, these are large enterprise sellers. They might have a Shopify store. So we have a Shopify plugin. They may have a WooCommerce site, and we have a WooCommerce plugin integration, and down the line. So we just announced this week we have Adobe Commerce integration. So if you have a website and you use any one of those infrastructures, you can simply push your parts onto our platform, but control it from your ecosystem, from your interface. We're also live with SureDone, live with Channel Advisor. Step one, build the infrastructure. Step two, help sellers easily load their products onto our platform and control those products. And that leads us to the final step, which is to brand Auto Parts for Less. Tell the world about us. Look, we do one thing here at Auto Parts for Less, right? You got a boat, you got an RV, you got a truck, you got a car, you got an electric vehicle, you got a combustion. You're looking for something new, used. Now you have a simplified, dedicated vertical serving the entire auto parts industry. So that's where we're at. We're here at SEMA. We're here interacting with the world. This is a trade show made up mostly of manufacturers and resellers, everybody in the automotive industry. This is the place to be to interact with our community.
Now, you've said it before, but I think it helped to say it again. You had a major announcement at that trade show. So what is that specific announcement?
So, if you were to go build some sort of big superstore, and you needed to, the first thing you'd want to do is load that store with product. So that was a critical step. We will officially announce here at SEMA, there is now 2 million parts available on our platform. And that is a tremendous accomplishment. But the beauty is everyday sellers are signing up. Every day they're adding their products. So that catalog will continue to grow and grow and grow. So we have a huge selection across the entire automotive parts spectrum.
Good.
So,
congratulations on that, Chris.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Well, let's talk money. So why is all this important for investors?
Yeah. So this is what's called a marketplace or a platform technology. And platform technologies are extremely disruptive when they enter an industry. So platforms can be two unique parties, like a marketplace like ours, which has sellers, which is the supply side, and buyers, which is the demand side. But you can have single-sided platforms like Facebook, where everybody on there is just trying to connect with friends. Same with like an Uber technology, connecting a driver with someone on a rider, right? So when you look at when these technologies enter any type of sector in our economy, look what Airbnb has done to the housing market and the rental market, right? These are insane multiples as they grow and gain market share, and they just disrupt the market. So Auto Parts for Less is uniquely positioned to be the face of the entire automotive parts industry, right? So as that grows and matures and more buyers come on and more sellers join, and we gain momentum and we get to that critical mass, I think this becomes a very exciting investment opportunity.
It certainly seems very exciting on this end. So thank you so much. Let's talk a little bit about where people can find more information. Sure. You're trading on the OTC under the symbol FLES. And what else should our audience know?
Yeah, so you can also go to autopartsforlessgroup.com. I'm sure we'll put that in the link somewhere for you to go. But go to autopartsforlessgroup.com. All of the investor information is there. We have an investor deck, all of our interviews, all the stories that have been done on us, all of our PRs, all of our accomplishments over the year. And really drive home, I think, the opportunity for an investor. So the auto parts industry globally is about $1 trillion. US is about $500 billion. Of that $500 billion, only about 10% has been taken by the online, digitally being purchased online. So obviously the world's changing rapidly and people are embracing buying everything online. So the fact that we have the first mover for a dedicated vertical, I think it's very exciting when you look at the size of the market. Also, from a operational standpoint, this is a very low CapEx model, meaning that the sellers are responsible for their inventory. The sellers are responsible for shipping, the customer service, right? So we're just leveraging what sellers do best and then helping them connect to a buyer. So it's low CapEx, very good sized market size, 500 billion US. We're the first mover and this is a tech play. So I think if you look at us, I think that all of us could have gone back in time and invested in any of those disruptive first mover platform technologies, from the Ubers to the Etsy's, obviously the Amazons, the Alibabas. I think that we fall into that opportunity, and I think that we're executing our game plan. Stage one, get the facility, get the platform built. Step two, connect where sellers are at their ecosystem. So using technology. And it sounds simple, but it's extremely difficult, and we've executed that. Now we're at the final stage. It's simply making the world aware that you can find the part you're looking for on Auto Parts for Less. So I hope people will check us out.
I'm sure they will. Exciting times for you there, Chris. Have fun at SEMA in Las Vegas. We'll try not to have too much fun. But thank you for joining us on New to the Street.
Thank you so much, Ann.
Thanks, everyone, for watching.
Thousands of people use Fantom every day to access DeFi, NFT, Metaverse, and GameFi decentralized applications. On Fantom, you can trade, lend, and borrow in a fully decentralized way with instant speed and near zero fees. Whether you're an artist or a collector, there's a rich and accessible NFT ecosystem to explore. Join your friends in the Metaverse for exciting digital experiences or play revolutionary Web3 games. Join Fantom today.
Pawtocol is using Web3 technology to improve the lives of pets and pet owners. And with me is the CEO, Colin Jordan, to bring us up to date on what you've been doing with the company. And I hear the Pet Fund is growing. So explain what the Pet Fund is and how it's expanding.
Yeah, absolutely. So our Pawtocol Pet Fund is a crypto-based fund that basically we take all the resources that we get into it and give 100% of that to rescues and shelters out there. We're actually up to 8 shelters now that we're helping. We just added 3 there in the Orlando, Florida area. So we're in Arizona, California, and Florida.
Okay, and why Orlando?
So we have our sponsored game. So, we've been working with universities. We just did University of Arizona a couple months ago, and then we are now partnering with UCF to sponsor their football game this Saturday against Cincinnati. So, the big kind of idea there is that there's a lot of young people, that are interested in this technology, blockchain, Web3, and so what better audience than, college students, people who are excited, energetic about, kind of emerging technologies.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, we're going to connect you with somebody at Purdue. Get
Yeah,
you to my
is that your alma mater? There you go.
Go to the Midwest and do that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so any big news happening this weekend?
Yes, absolutely. So this is perfect timing, actually. So we're finally launching Kingdom, which is our digital platform where people can create one-of-one digital renders of their pet, right? And so these assets, effectively, what will happen is you go on. You can upload a picture, kind of do this creation editor that we have inside the platform. And then from there, the platform will host, and obviously it gets minted to the blockchain. And so then your asset gets hosted there. And when people like it, you actually can earn cryptocurrency for what you've created. So rather than this kind of situation or marketplace where you're trading and selling them and moving around like trading cards, this is just your creation and you're one of your pet. And then you get rewarded for participating and uploading, and like the more you have, the more likes you get and the more cryptocurrency that you can earn.
So you can make kind of like an avatar of your pet?
Yeah, so right now there's a more kind of simple version where you can make edits to a photo or kind of digitize it and make it your own. But in the future, yes, absolutely. We're going to make it so the engine is more robust and continue to build on it and make more of like a 3D render, if you will.
And a portion of that revenue, and the company revenue, right, goes to the shelters. So you're kind of like tying it all together, giving back as well.
Absolutely. So 10% of everything that we do goes into the Pawtocol Pet Fund, which goes directly to those rescues, like I mentioned. But what's really cool about Kingdom as well is we'll eventually end up helping set them up with accounts so that they can actually have somebody maybe on their digital team or marketing, whatever, go in and create these digital assets for the pets that are going to be adopted. So then they can start earning likes and earning rewards or crypto for that pet. And then when it gets adopted, it goes with them, right? So it's another incentivization for people as they go to adopt pets. And we want to encourage, again, like ending kill shelters, adopting pets. This is just another vehicle for us to do that.
Yeah, interesting. And you're kind of like disrupting the whole pet industry and hopefully, as we said, improving the lives of pets.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So it's a really exciting time, and we'll continue to add to our ecosystem. We mentioned it before. We have our pet tag, which will follow up hopefully here in Q4, and then Petsy, which is our marketplace for people to create, buy, sell actual physical goods, right? But using cryptocurrency and UPI, which is our universal pet income. So
Petsy. So maybe 2023 project.
Yeah.
Petsy?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Colin.
Thanks, Jane. Appreciate it.
Sekur, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Sekur is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Sekur doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download Sekur. Visit Sekur.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Sekur is a platform that allows for emails and instant messaging, and it's secure. They do not sell you and market your data like some of the big tech firms do. And with me is the CEO, Alon Yahi, to explain the company. Let's just start there. Lay the groundwork. What is Sekur all about?
Hi, Jen. So Sekur is a end-to-end privacy communication platform. And by that we mean any kind of email, messenger, we're going to do voice soon, that you use today typically is not private and secure end-to-end. We offer that between secure users and also outside of the secure network, which is very unique. So we have our STAR product, which is a secure combo for $10 US a month for consumers, $15 for businesses. You can have just secure mail, you can port your domain as well with us, and then secure messengers. And we have a consumer version and a business version with different features for each.
Yeah, and we're heading toward the end of the year. How does the fourth quarter look for you?
Fourth quarter looks good. I mean, I hear every day about recession. Even if there's a recession, which, I don't really see it that much in the street, but people still need to use email and they need to protect. If anything, any kind of budgets people are going to cut are going to be everything else but cybersecurity. Yeah. So fourth quarter looks good, and we're going to meet our numbers for the year, and happy to kind of move into 2023.
And what about liquidity?
Well, we have a lot of cash in the bank. We have enough cash until profitability, assuming that we don't have anything else happening. We've done a lot of metric calculation today. With the market being so terrible, we are always a little bit paranoid to see do we have enough cash until profitability, and we certainly do. We have close to $4 million in the bank. We have no debt, no convertible debt or anything like that, and management still owns about 35% of the company. So liquidity in terms of our cash reserve is enough until we become profitable.
Yeah, and what about for 2023? What are your plans next year?
Well, we have big plans next year. So first of all, we're shaving about $2.5 million in our budget, and we're still going to plan to double our sales next year. So we have a road to profitability that we put together. 2021 and 22 were the big bang and kind of spending a lot on branding, getting to know us, saying, hey, this is who we are and we exist. 23, we have some B2B partnerships lined up. We're very excited. We're going to push Latin and Central America, and we're going to do SMBs, small, medium businesses in the US. So that's going to be the year where the partnerships start to come in, and when you're going to see a lot more small businesses coming in. And we're very much excited, and we're also shaving almost 60% of our cost in order to get to a profitable mode. We believe, probably by the end of 2024 or before.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, Alon. Great to see you again. Okay.
Thanks.
Sekur, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Sekur is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Sekur doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download Sekur. Visit Sekur.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Hempacco is disrupting tobacco with hemp cigarettes. Now, the company is traded here at the NASDAQ. The ticker symbol is HPCO. And with me is Sandro Piacone, this co-founder and CEO of the company, and Jorge Olson, a co-founder and chief marketing officer. So welcome back. You just rang the bell here not that long ago,
Yeah, 3
right?
weeks ago. So we're excited to be here. We're in the same exact room. Thank you for this morning.
Yeah, so what is the mission, the vision of the company?
I'm going to let Jorge answer
Sure.
that.
We are disrupting, like you said, the $1 trillion tobacco industry. Now we're doing it with smoking alternatives to nicotine and tobacco. That includes hemp, but it's not the only thing that we're doing. We're also making in our factory in San Diego, California, other products. Now why with hemp? Because hemp is in vogue, and also hemp is functional, so we are able to deliver function to the smoke so that you feel something. For example, relaxation with CBD, or sleep with CBN, or energy or focus with other cannabinoids that we're working on. The hemp industry and the cannabis industry are about $25 billion currently. Tobacco is $1 trillion currently, and this is why we're disrupting tobacco. It needs to be disrupted, that's number one, and also it's an incredible market opportunity.
Yeah, and you have some joint venture partners as well, Cheech and Chong and Rick Ross, so tell me about those.
Yeah, so they are, unlike a normal licensing agreement, they're our partners. We have 2 joint ventures, Cheech and Chong. We worked with them to create their product. This is the product here that they have, Cheech and Chong hemp smokables, and also the boss, Rick Ross, we have his product. So we matched, they have a champagne called Rosé, and we matched it to the exact flavor. So they're both smokables, and we have hemp wrap papers that we do with them.
Interesting. And what about the IP and patents?
Yes, in order to develop a process that we can take hemp and put it into cigarettes, because they look just exactly like cigarettes, it took us 2 years and about 14 pieces of intellectual property. Of those, we've patented a few, and we're trying to patent more. Some of them in the process we will not, but the ones that are infringed upon are the ones that are patented. For example, one of them is to spray the flower with terpenes. We use that for the function. The other one is for the filter, to infuse the filter. So we're the only ones that can infuse flour to roll it into cigarettes or whatever else, and also paper, filters, etc.
Yeah, so it may look like a regular pack of cigarettes, but there's a lot of technology behind that. So we're a consumer goods company with technology, and we own our own factory.
Yeah. So tell me about the go-to-market strategy with this products.
Sure. So 97% of all cigarettes are bought at what you would call a convenience store, liquor store. So that's where we want to be with our products. Unlike tobacco products, we're allowed to be on the counter, and we can advertise.
Yeah.
So if you go in, there's 100,000 mom and pop liquor stores throughout the U.S. That's our target market. Anywhere in the 50 states, hemp is legal, and also internationally. We opened an office in Poland this year.
Yeah, interesting. And what should investors look for in terms of catalysts in the future that may involve expansion or growth of the company? Either one?
Take that one.
Yeah, catalysts. So 3 things. One is as we sign up these master distributors, what we're looking for are master distributors that go to these liquor stores. So as that happens, we put out press releases. Also new technologies as we license new patents or file new patents. And then third are acquisitions. So those are the 3 catalysts that we're looking at. And of course, new celebrity joint ventures.
Okay. And what about the management team? Who's behind the company?
Oh, we have an incredible management team. Of course, Sandra and I are the co-founders of the company, and we surround ourselves with people that know the industry well and also that can help us in the back end. For example, our board of directors is fantastic, starting with Dr. Titus. He is the pioneer of the hemp industry and CBD in the US. He left his company to join our company as a board member. And we also have Jerry Halamura. Jerry Halamura, in his space, which is agriculture, is the king. And we invited him not only because of that knowledge, but also because he has so much experience in rolling up strategy to get companies in $100, $200, $300 million plus. Then we have in the back end, we also have manufacturing. Like I said, it took us 2 years to manufacture these products. For that, we needed an entire team. It just so happened that British American Tobacco switched their operations and manufacturing to Mexico, and we were able to capture an entire team from Mexico to come to San Diego and help us establish the machines, run them, and come up with our product.
Yeah. And we have a new board member that just came on, Mickey Stevens. Her and her husband started a company called Harmony Hemp, which was then sold to Charlotte's Web, and now she's a new board member with us.
Oh, interesting. And finally, hemp is legal. I mean, it was part of the Farm Bill. It was
correct. The 2018 Farm Bill made hemp legal throughout the United States, and it's very exciting, which makes CBD. So CBD comes from the hemp plant. So everything is less than 0.3 THC, so this is not cannabis. This is legal hemp throughout the United States.
And it can be sold anywhere?
Anywhere.
Okay. Thank you.
And by the way, it doesn't pay special taxes.
That's right. There's no taxes.
And it can be sold in the counter as well.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Okay. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank you so much.
Sekur, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Sekur is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Sekur doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download Sekur. Visit Sekur.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Welcome, everybody. This is your Secure Privacy and Security segment. I'm Anna Berry, along with the CEO of Secure Private Data, Alain Guillay. Welcome, Alain.
Thank you, Anna. Hi, everyone.
So today for your weekly hack, we're talking about purchasing goods and items through social media. I know, I've done it. I will go to Facebook Marketplace and I'll search in, let's say, a camper, because I'm going to get one day. And so what happens is I get directed to these profiles. I don't even know if they're human. And what I've been noticing is they are always asking me to send my information, like my email, my name. I've even had someone request for me to send an address. So let's talk about that. I know a lot of people are going through Marketplace, even Instagram. When it comes to privacy and securing our privacy, what are some tips you have for us?
Sure, that's a great example because we're approaching the Christmas season. It's going to be Thanksgiving soon, and then Black Monday. So what I recommend is that when you give any kind of personal detail, first of all, don't use social media. And then if you're looking at a camper company in particular, I would recommend to contact them directly because a lot of businesses go on social media to attract buyers volume. There's also a lot of scammers that some people are sophisticated. They'll put a fake website that looks like the legitimate one. That's another good one. So I would always try to contact the company itself. And then when they ask you, send us your name, your info, what are you looking for? And eventually it gets to give us a credit card for the deposit or something like that. First of all, I would definitely not use a regular email. I'd use a highly encrypted email, similar to Sekur if you have any. And in our case, it would be, we have a solution for how to send to non-secure user. So I would use that kind of communication because the bots or the hackers or the machines, they are collecting every single word that you type on social media. So if your name is Anna Berry and you live at this address, because they're going to need to know usually a zip code, right? Because sometimes there's a distributor in your area for that, you know, and those kind of big ticket item, which a camper is a big ticket item, people are going to be salivating, trying to take your detail and eventually trying to see where you bank and take money from your bank or your credit card. And then, you know, steal your identity eventually.
Well, these are great. It's a great service and great features. Plus, you are offering our audience a discount. Tell us about that.
Yes, we are offering 15% discount for a whole year. So I would recommend, if you're convinced of the product and you have nothing to lose, because for 7 days it's free, buy the yearly package because you're going to get 2 months for free. And it gives you 15% off the whole thing on top of the 2 months for free. So the promo code is SECUR15, SEKUR15. I would recommend buy the Sekur package, which officially is $10 a month or $100 a year. It gives you an email and a messenger, because probably next week we can talk about what our messenger does, where you can message someone similarly without the hackers or anybody looking at it, without giving your phone number away. And you can also message people who don't have the app, which is really cool. And you don't need to use an app. If you really don't want to use any kind of Android or iOS app, you can use all our services on a web-based system. So Sekur15, get your 15% off. And if you have questions, you go to our website, watch the tutorial, or we have great support. Our support is in-house, open 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern. We do not outsource anything. And unlike everything going up in inflation, our prices are not going up, just so you know.
Fantastic. Well, great options for users out there and great solutions for all of us. So thank you so much for another weekly hack. We look forward to next week's. Thank you, Alain.
Thanks, Anna. Thanks, everyone, for watching. See you next week.